What's going on, everybody? VitalSyntax here. And my previous video that I did on Medal of Honor Warfighter was my first impression reviews. If you guys haven't seen it already, go check it out to see my overall opinions on this game. Although rewatching it, I feel like I was a little bit harsh on it, and I didn't talk too much about the things I really liked about the game. Although I still think that it deserves somewhere around an 80% as far as the multiplayer component goes. Once again, I haven't played the single player yet, and I'll do a review and rating once I've completed that. Although I don't want to change my rating, I would like to talk about some of the things I like about this game, because there are a couple things that, or actually quite a few things that I really like about this game that they did really right, that are even new to the genre, and make this game quite fun. And the first one that comes to mind is the fire team system, which is really, really awesome. Essentially what it is you have a squad of 2 people. It's called a fire team, and each team is comprised, of 4 or 5 fire teams. And basically, instead of having 4-man squads in Battlefield like you had in Battlefield 3, you have 2-man squads. And it really brings a lot of teamwork back into this game and to first-person shooters in general. And I really like to see other shooters incorporate, maybe gameplay mechanics like this or something similar that really promote a lot of teamwork, because essentially what it allows you to do is there's a couple different things that come into play. The first thing is your fire team buddy, you can heal them and give them ammo almost instantly by walking up to them and holding E on PC. I believe it's probably X and square on PlayStation and Xbox. And that heals them, gives them full health. It takes a second. You can kind of have to hold it down. And also refills their ammo. So it's a really good idea to stay together. And also, there's another mechanic where if your fire team buddy gets killed, the person that killed him is outlined in red. Your fire team buddy is always outlined in green, so you kind of always know where he is. And let's say your fire team buddy goes down, you see the enemy that killed him, and basically if you get revenge and kill the person that killed your fire team buddy, then your fire team buddy respawns very quickly on your 6 right behind you, which is a really cool mechanic that really allows people to work together side by side. And I also think it's kind of hard to play with 4 people at the same time. Like typically when I play Battlefield 3 with a group of 3 other guys, so we have a full squad, most of the time we actually split up into pairs. We have 2 people going here and 2 people going there, and I never really thought about it like that, but that's usually what happens now that I think about it. And I think that Medal of Honor Warfighter kind of takes advantage of that, in the sense that, and by the way, this is some gameplay. I was playing with a guy named DeWan, who I've been playing with a while. He's a really awesome guy, and he was doing a lot of teamwork, and we were doing a lot of the healing and giving ammo to each other mechanics that they have to try and show it off in this video. But just overall, I think that it really promotes a lot of teamwork, and I think that's one of the coolest parts, and really it's a new kind of mechanic that I haven't seen in a first-person shooter yet. Another thing is the way that they do score chains. So kill streaks, score chains, they've been in a couple other games. Call of Duty obviously kind of first did it. Been in Crisis 2's in the previous Medal of Honor 2010 game. And I really like kill streaks or score chains or whatever you want to call them, because it rewards playing well. It feels rewarding when you get them, and especially when you get like the really high end score chains, which I believe the highest for all the different classes, which by the way all the classes have separate and different score chains, but they all have the Apache Gunner, which is a really awesome score chain. I got it one time in the beta. I haven't got it yet in the full game. I've seen one other person get it in a full game match, and it's really powerful, and it's really fun to just spawn trap and spawn destroy people. I know it sounds really gay, but it's so rewarding. Or at least it's really fun. But what they do with the score chain system is, first of all, it's not just based off of kills, which is something that Call of Duty is also kind of adjusted with. I believe they did it with Modern Warfare 3, and they're going to be doing it with Black Ops 2, where it's not just based off of kills, it's also based off of everything else you do. You know, it's based off of, that's why they're calling it a score chain instead of, you know, a kill chain. Because if you're just going for kills, then what about objective game modes? What about helping your teammates? What about all that type of stuff? That's really important for first-person shooters, especially, you know, objective game types. So whenever you respawn on a buddy, have a buddy respawn on you, get a revenge for a buddy, give him ammo, that all gives you points, right? Also doing things objectively like capturing flags, planting bombs, defusing bombs, you know, picking up flags, returning it to the home in the home run type of game mode. So all the objective things you do give you points towards your score chain, and also all of the fire team things that you do with your buddy goes towards your score chain as well. Now they do stack in this game. If you guys remember with Black Ops, the kill streaks didn't stack. To be honest, I didn't play Modern Warfare 3 to even know if they did or not. I didn't play it enough. But in this game they do stack. So what I mean by that is if you get a score chain, say for example the Predator drone, I don't know what it's exactly what it's called, but it's a you know, user controlled missile. And if you get a kill with that, that's going to give you points towards your next score chain. So it just kind of has a somewhat of a snowball effect, and you'll just start getting more and more kills, more and more points, as long as you stay alive, which is really essential. I mean, if you die, then obviously your score chain ends. So that's really what it comes down to, is staying alive, which you know, is how it is. So anyway, those are two things that I really liked about Medal of Honor Warfighters. First of all, the fire team, which I think is just huge, and the second thing is the way they do score chains, which I know isn't that much different than the way they did it in 2010, but it is still nice way they did it. Next thing I want to talk about is the class system. There's 6 classes with this game. There's a sniper class, and his main goal is obviously, you know, long range snipers. He has a bipod that allows him to basically have his radar. It shows where enemy positions are in front of him, and it also, you know, reduces recoil and sway while you're ADS with your sniper rifle. Although, to be honest, I haven't really used the bipod all too much. When I was playing as a sniper, it was actually the class that I've played most as so far. And then each class has their own set of score chains. Now, I don't know them all by memory, but they all have different ones. Another class you have is the Assaulter, which is kind of the more long-range assault rifles. He's got the bigger caliber assault rifles, things like the AK-5, things like M16 variants and stuff like that. Then you've got the Demolitions, which is actually a really cool class, where you have essentially a juggernaut suit that you can throw on by pressing C, and it allows you to take extra damage. It allows you to have armor. Now, if that armor depletes, it doesn't regenerate like your health does, because there is auto-regenerating health. You know, there's no health packs in the game. You know, you can heal each other, like I said, with the fire teams, but that's a really cool class as well. There's also like the Point Man class, who's the lightest class. He moves quicker than all the other classes, and he also has this type of radar view where he can see through walls at a very short distances. I don't think it's overpowered. I know a lot of people are like, oh, wall hacks. I don't see it that way, but I guess to each his own. There's another class that's the Heavy Gunner, which is, you know, the light machine guns. He essentially has unlimited ammo, and he can, you know, throw down his bipod as well, which makes the guns extremely accurate. Then there's also the Point Man. I don't know if I know where Spec Ops. Point Man is the guy with actually the class I'm playing right here, I believe, with the assault rifles that are kind of medium range run and gun type of thing. But he also has what's called the high power ammunition, which they changed. It used to be called the heavy hitters in the beta. Essentially, it's, you know, I guess a hollow point type of ammo where it does more damage, and you can only use that magazine once you've shot those 30 bullets. You don't have any more. Although if you get a resupply, which is one of the score chains, then you do get you know, another magazine of that extra damage, you know, bullets, whatever they're called, high power bullets. So yeah, there's a bunch of different classes, and I like that. I like that there's a bunch of different variety, because every time you play the game, you have a bunch of different options, and they all feel different. They all have different gameplay styles. I mean, when you're playing with the Spec Ops, you're running around really fast with submachine guns, you're doing a lot of hip fire. flanking enemies, things like that. When you're playing with a light machine gun or the heavy gunner class, you're just like mowing down people and just holding the trigger because you have basically unlimited ammo. Or you're playing like the demolition, you just feel like this huge badass robot that can just take tons of damage, and you're basically unstoppable, which really isn't the case, but it gives you that feeling. Or if you're playing as like the sniper class, you can take the role of a sniper. So I think they did a really good job of having a variety of different gameplay elements available to all the classes, and they balanced them so far pretty well. I think the balance is actually fair. I know I mentioned some of the gun balance issues in the review, but overall I feel like they did a really good job with balance. There's a couple things that need tweaking, but overall it's pretty good. So anyway, those are just kind of my second additions to my first impression review that I wanted to add on there of things I really like about this game, because I know I was kind of negative in my first impression review, and there's some issues, so that's what I was kind of hitting on there. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to give me a like or a favorite. Remember to subscribe to be auto notified when I upload the next video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.